So welcome to tonight's show day, Kelly. Recently, I'm seeing the term neuroplasticity overflowing the internet and storming all over social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. I think I need more information about this magnificent term. Do you guys agree? So let's welcome Dr. Ye and Dr. Guo from Oxford.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Thank you for your precious time. It is an honor for me to just see and sit with you guys. I'm secretly a fan of you guys. Well, let's get right back into the topic. So, as I've said, the term neuroplasticity have been storming all over the internet these days. But what exactly does it mean? From my understanding, what I've seen on the internet so far, neuroplasticity is defined as the rewiring of the brain. Is that true, Dr. Ye and Dr. Guo?
Yes, but you explained the term neuroplasticity way too simple. There are three structural factors changes in the brain that connects to the process of the neuroplasticity. First, synaptogenesis is the formation of synapses between neurons in the nervous system that can create and remove the synapses which would build or destroy connection between neurons. Second is the neuronal migration, a process where neurons extend from their original place to connect to far-reaching areas across the brain. And the neurogenesis is the creation of new neurons from neural stem cells occurring in the brain development. Therefore, synaptic plasticity refers to changes in the strength of connection between synapses.
Yes, and this idea is actually very new and needs to be further investigated. So, this idea, because it's a new theory, had overturned the old views that brain cells do not change, and this changed our view on the brain as we see the brain as the most adaptable and changing part of the body, while before we thought of it as an organ that's very inflexible. And because of this discovery, we see that brain changes accounts for learning.
Wow, that is a magnificent discovery.
Yes, and did you know that this idea actually started in 1793, but was forgotten and rejected?
You mean the Italian anatomist Malacarne?
Yes, his discovery was very fascinating. It surprises me and even until today why his findings are left out.
True.
Hey, I want to be in the conversation too. Would you mind explaining to us, right, audience?
So, Malacarne described experiments in which he paired animals and trained one of the pair extensively for years, and then dissected both. He discovered that the cerebrums of the trained animals were sustainably larger. From this, we already have hints that neuroplasticity actually exists.
So what happened after it disappeared until the more recent study of Rosenzweig, where two groups of rats were being placed in different environments, one in the enriched environment and another in impoverished. He proved that there was a increased thickness and higher weight of cortex for rats in enriched condition and had developed a significantly greater activity in the neurons in the cerebral cortex associated with the transmission of acetylcholine.
Yes, so the study you're talking about, the Rosenzweig study, I believe, if I remember it correctly, it happened in 1972. But this theory actually revived in 1923 already by Carl Lashley, who conducted this experiments on monkeys and found that there's actually a change in neural pathways when you train those monkeys. So this is evidence for plasticity. And even because in 1923, there's still not a lot of evidence and experiments, like what you said, Rosenzweig, Reference, Lewis, McGuire, and Dransky, to provide the stronger backup for this idea. So it was hugely rejected, and a lot of neuroscientists did not accept this idea. But after those studies have been experimented, now this theory has revived again.
Wow, that is very exciting. Are there any more studies that prove this point?
Yes, like the study of Maguire. The researcher uses an MRI scan to look and compare the anatomy brain between the London taxi drivers and the non-taxi drivers.
And what was something interesting that he found?
So he found that taxi drivers have bigger posterior hippocampi. This means his neurons rewires when he uses his spatial memory a lot. And one very interesting thing is that the size also correlates to how many years of being a taxi driver.
Well, neuroplasticity is just cool. It is amazing, isn't it? But does that mean we can rewire our brain whenever we want to?
It is actually a misconception that many people have.
Yes. So one may think that neuroplasticity is the most amazing discovery because it helps us understand that our brain can change by learning. However, do you know that when you no longer do your habit or learn for a long time, you actually forget, your neurons actually disappears, those that are rewired?
Yes, people nowadays think too greatly of this process. It is just a process that describes the rewiring of our brain.
Well, I really learned a lot today from you guys, but the time is up, and I'll see you all next Monday.